Session number 11083, reel 2.
Yes, I'll get them from the map. Because if it's transcribed, we have to get the spelling right.
Yes.
But this is Janez, Dernulc, reel 2. I'm sure my pronunciation is not good, but hopefully you'll correct me. It's interesting, I think, this sort of leadership situation. And I'm talking about Yugoslavia generally. You know, we hear of Mihajlović in the early stages as being the leader that West backed, and how they suddenly switched to backing Tito. And I wonder if you were aware of that, you know, as a young boy in Slovenia, that the West were actually backing this leader of the partisan. And if you were aware of it, you know, what...
We were aware very much. We were aware very much. But after the occupation of Slovenia and on Yugoslavia, Slovenia was actually cut off of Serbia, and we had very, very little contact. We were just, in a way, like nation of our own, try to sort it out. But when Hitler occupied Yugoslavia, we heard straight away about Mihajlović, and we sympathize with him. We want to join him. But in our area, it was nothing like that. See, and then we didn't really hear about switch. The old conference until after the conference. That was after 1943, after Mussolini capitulated. See, as I said before, what can we do? We can't go backwards. We don't want to be killed. We try to survive somehow. It wouldn't be no good, because we knew that the communists, their idea was to kill all the intelligentsia away, and that's what they were doing. And really, what happened, that when the Russian troops occupied Belgrade and they put Marshal Tito there, and we knew then that that's what happened. But what was in between Churchill and Roosevelt and all those things, we heard about those things later on. We didn't know nothing there. We trust English. We thought they are the only savior, that they will at least save a bit of a nation. Otherwise we will be dead, all of us. And in the end it didn't happen so.
Yes, you've given an indication that of the helplessness one feels in a situation like Slovenia. Is that right? You know, with all these
of course. And then as a man, myself, I didn't really felt that I'm helpless myself as a man. I always had some kind of a instinct in my body that I will survive somehow. And then what happened to my mother and to my sister and brother, you can't even think about that. Whatever happened. See? Oh yes, we were absolutely helpless. We just couldn't do nothing. And then, but as I say, Germans, unless they say something he's so and so and so, they left us alone. And Italians. From the 7th of April till August that year, no one man was killed in Slovenia. No one. Hitler done a little bit up on Steierske there. But in the end, nobody was killed. We were just living peacefully, and the Italian soldiers come up and they were complaining. They've been in the army for 8 years, and they've been down in Africa, and they were there. And they were all hoping that it will soon end. And, you know, we were like civilized people. And then after, when it started, of course, when they start killing, then they started a little bit different. But that was after 1940, autumn 1941, after that.
Yes, and if I could ask you a bit more about the partisans, you know, this sort of pressure you came under with the partisans. What sort of people became partisans? You know, was it any one social class?
In Yugoslavia before the war, Communist Party didn't exist. Right, we didn't hear about Marshal Tito, I didn't hear that. And then was a few people a few people from, not my village, but next village, they went to Spain to fight for communist side. And the name was Daki, and the name was there. Mostly the laborers. And then when after those things appear, they were commander of battalions, commanders of them. Those are people took over. As far as we were concerned, as far as the nation was concerned, good for nothing. That's what was the opinion of all of us.
And there was loyalty to the royal family, was there?
Oh, definitely. Maybe not so much to the royal family, but to the democracy. We want to be democratic. I mean, we respect them. And then as far as the Paul was concerned, was less ruthless than Alexander was. He was much more intelligent man, and then we gone on with him well. There was no problems really. Killing was less and less, and even between Croats and Serbs then. But of course, when we had communism start poking in, that was our disaster, complete disaster.
Because really, Yugoslavia as the totality, it's a very complicated place, isn't it? With all the different nationalities within it.
Yeah.
Without something like that.
But as Slovenes, we gone always all right with both other two. Never, what happened is, even now Slovenia, it will be a now change in Yugoslavia. And I got a feeling that Slovenia will come the most likely out of it. But people is a little bit of sense. But when it comes after, we just become wild. When is the war and then you're in it for a while, you become a little bit wilder, see, and you don't care anymore, see. Maybe not everybody, but a little bit extra, and then it's straight away extra killings.
This decision to go to Klagenfurt, at the end of the war, was that a big decision to actually leave your home and to get out and try to...
No, but I actually left my home when Mussolini capitulated. See, my home was gone. And not only that, there was no home. It was all burned down. All the villages, Hinia was burned down, Svjerci was burned. A lot of villages there were burned down completely. Partisan came and then burned the villages. They said they are the two access for fights and things like that. So I can point them on the map to you for you.
Yeah, you're saying really there was little alternative for you other than...
No alternative at all. No alternatives. And then, not only that, I knew I would be killed. Maybe not so much as I was involved with the war myself, but because my family, as a family, was an opposite party. Just the party the communists want to get rid of. Oh, definitely.
So when you left, what was your family situation? What did you leave behind in Slovenia?
I left behind young brother, which is here now, 17 years younger than me, the 9th. I'm the first and he's the 9th. And I left 4 sisters and mother home. And then one brother was with me. He was still back and he died in Kočevje. And then one was in Dachau, in Buchenwald. And he died about 1 month before the end.